So Mayor, out of the chair, would like to speak, would you?
Well, I would like to, Mr. Chairman. I've thought about this. Well, it's a significant issue for our town, a significant piece of our town and streetscape, and pretty much everything here has been addressed. That my concerns over the last few weeks have been. It was mentioned about, Councillor Donovan mentioned how the beauty of the town, people from the way they talk about it. I'm 26 years, 27 this year, commuting back and forth to Halifax on a daily basis. And everybody, to a person, everybody I bump into, and I bump into a lot of people, comment on how lucky I am. And I never once have I taken that for granted. I drive over that Hansport Hill, that Davenport Mountain, I look at that basin, and my heart goes flutter. I drive up along that ridge road and look over that Patterson farm and everything that we have before us, and I just, it makes me excited to be part of the community. That being said, all the issues this evening, many of which I've given some thought to. The trail to the east, I like that better than the others, if it were to come to that. With respect to this development, but what may happen to the properties to the east of that again. I think it makes for a safer egress from that area of the town. If that can be negotiated, and I think we should pursue that vigorously to try and do something on a long-term basis with the power corporation. But I think overall, I think that's a much safer route, and there's more land to deal with, and we get to retain our trail and its integrity. With respect to the size or the mass of the building, this is a different proposal before us than we've ever seen before. It's new, it's innovative. I, like many others, share the concern that 71 units, for me, I have that challenges me. How do we make that? Much of what I said when I ran for this office last fall all had to do with rhythm and community and pace. To me, I think it just might be a little too much it would upset maybe the rhythm of that particular, of our neighborhood. I think that the mass is something, the community, it's density. I agree with the sustainability. I'm a believer that we need more people living. When I say downtown, I don't mean Acadia Street, I mean downtown. It makes the community safer, the more people walking around, there's less vandalism, there's less disruption to the town if there are people actually residing in the area. I like the idea of what Constable Donovan had mentioned earlier about the facade. I've been on the Micro Living Boutique website. The units are very attractive. They show well on that tour. They're innovative in their design. They get a lot done in a very small amount of space. But with respect to the outside, I do much prefer the outside look of the anti-finished structure. I think after we lost the old building that had the Mermaid Theater in it and those types of things, took some of that kind of East End architecture away from town. And anyway, so I'm sympathetic to that. I think the lack of real architectural sketches, drawings, engineering plans is something that makes it difficult to cast a vote, yea or nay. Just that lack. To me, I don't have enough information with respect to the exterior and so on. I am a believer, as was said earlier, in mixed use. I talked to this, a friend of mine in the office business. They have movable walls, so they can, you have a confined space of X number of 100 square feet or 1,000 square feet. You can adjust sizes of buildings. You can have 400 next to a 600, adjust that to 3 and 7, whatever. There are ways to make that. I think if you're looking for mixed use, and this I don't see this falling. It's mixed use maybe in the community, but it's not mixed use with respect to living use. I think that challenged me a little bit. Overall, I like it. I love the fact that there will be more people's filling the tills and coffers of the downtown business people and taking some of the burden away. And I don't see, it's not come up as much of an issue tonight, but I don't see 35 parking. I think many of the people who will be residing there are minimalists. They will not have vehicles. They'll have bikes. They'll have snowshoes. But many will not have vehicles. I think the people that I see, at least my envisioning of this, I see the more mature student, the person who's looking to get out to finish at Acadia, not as going starting and looking to bunk in with 5 other roommates, and you know, I have toga parties every weekend. Also, the whole idea of the interior use kind of goes to like the cookie cutter top design. I think you do then once you track one, you've got a building full. Not that it's bad. I mean, we've all been students. Most of us have been students at the school here, and I love the fact that's what makes this town bounce. Is our student and our youth, and like you, I'd like to have my kids come back home and live. But increasingly, I feel that's getting less and less possible. And I guess I was hoping we were going to move more into the, and I thought we were more to an agreement of some 15-ish%. I'm like you, I would like to see less in the room rental businesses more. I don't see it competing with the bed and breakfast business as such. Bed and breakfast business, and I do the bed and breakfast when we go to Quebec because I like that kind of, you know, the fresh preserves and the homemade muffins and the fruit and the chit and the chat and someone to welcome you home and a nice big quilted bed on a 4-poster and that type of thing. You're not going to get that in the microwave. You know, you're going to be lucky to find a Orville Redenbacher microwave corn sitting in the microwave. But, so I don't see that as being competing with that particular part of the business. That's not an issue, but it's just I like the idea of multi-use. It helps. That's innovative in my thoughts. And I guess yeah, the residents downtown. I think we need more of them. Again, I think it's mass is my biggest worry, and it goes to mass and the actual facade. But that's kind of my thoughts. Mr. Chair, thank you.
Thank you.